So with Gridlife Lime Rock literally a week away, there's a few things I want to do to try and make the car a little bit more competitive. The first thing and the biggest thing is I'm going to turn up the power. I go to the dyno in 2 days. I want to try and make the car compensate for my lack of driving. So we'll see how much it does. There's a few things I want to do before then. And really, other than that, it's just wash the thing. It's been relatively reliable street driving and doing a few DEs throughout the summer. So I'm hoping power should be enough to make the car semi-competitive. We'll see how it does. Part of making more power is managing the heat that comes along with it. So I had my fabricator buddy install this GARRETT core to try and help manage our IATs. And then my friend Cameron was selling a track speed radiator, which you're all familiar with high horsepower Miatas. Very efficient, very hard to find radiator. So I'm hoping with these two coolers stacked on and a little bit more of an efficient ducting solution, this should be enough to kind of manage the heat from the extra 100 horsepower that I'm gonna throw at this thing. Now what all needs to be done to make power, you might ask? We got IGN-1A coils to try and ignite the fuel mixture a little bit more efficiently. And at the beginning of the season, we upgraded to the more race spec MS3 Evo, which has a larger map sensor, so it would read a higher bit of boost. So really, the only thing I need to do before the dyno is change out the throttle body. So Miatas are known to break throttle bodies on track. The screws will back out, the center plate snaps, and then the motor ingests bits of metal and you're kind of done. So there's two main ways to kind of alleviate this. The first is just putting an eBay throttle body on and dealing with the quirks and features of that. Or you can just put a vibration resistant epoxy on the Miata throttle body, and that tends to catch the screws before they back out. And that seems to kind of be the agreed upon approach by a lot of the high horsepower guys. So I've epoxied a spare throttle body and we're gonna throw it on and see how it does for the rest of the season. I've had good luck with this one, but you never know until you know, right? So it'd be good to have this one as a spare and just a little bit more reliability whenever we chase the magic number on the dyno. All right, we're here at DBW Tuning in Norcross, Georgia. Doug's an excellent tuner, so back it off and see what she makes. Don't want to quote numbers, but I'm hoping for somewhere in the high 3s or 4s. We'll see what it does. While she's all loaded up, we made 390 wheel horse and just about 315 wheel torque all the way across the curb. I'm calling that 400. No, it doesn't read 400, but on the Mustang dyno, it's basically 400 on the dyno jet. The boost controllers completely shut at high RPM, so really the only way I'm gonna make more is just throw a bunch of timing at it, which we're really not comfortable with, especially without a knock sensor. So maybe in the future we'll throw a knock sensor at it and see what the BP will do, but I'm very happy with just shy of 4. It's basically 400, right? It's basically a race car. So we're not done just quite yet. We have one more thing we want to do before Lime Rock, and that's make sure that the air goes through all of these coolers. Without ducting, it's just going to hit it and disappear. So to accomplish that, I've got this big sheet of corrugated plastic. It's the same stuff they make election signs out of, but this is not an election sign. And just going to make a little box, maybe on the bottom, maybe one up top and the side, just a box to kind of force all the air from the bumper all the way through these. So they should, it's gonna suck, but that's straight. So the ducting's done, all the air is going all the way through the coolers, everything's gonna stay nice and operating temperature. All I've got left to do is just slap some pads in it, load it on the trailer and call it done. So Landmark Park in 2 days. Let's blow it up.